Namaste. How's everyone doing? It's Friday. We're going to do a mobility practice. We're using a chair. We're going to do some standing stuff, some seated stuff. It'll be about half and half. And it's Friday. Did anyone do anything exciting today? I had a nap. You know, it's a daily occurrence. But I went for a walk. It was sunny, so I was able to get some sun. And yeah, did some laundry. I was talking to a personal training client the other day, and I thought this would be a good thing to bring up just in general. We tend to, you know, say, oh my gosh, I keep napping and I can't get motivated and na. And a lot of times we focus on the negative part instead of thinking, well, I've done it for, 3 days in a row or whatever, right? So I want you to start focusing more on the positives. It's instinctive. It's the way that we became, to live because when we were our ancestors were out in the wild and they needed to know if there was going to be a danger. So you become hypersensitive to the dangers. So just if you've got 100 compliments and then one person says one thing bad, you focus on that one bad thing. So it's instinctive. It's the way that we were evolved, but you can override that as well. So whenever you start getting kind of hard on yourself because you missed a day or whatever, not even to do with your workout, with anything, just remind yourself, you just need to focus on the other thing rather than the bad thing. So also, when people say things, it is a way to spark introspection, and there's no need to, be upset or angry. I've noticed a lot of people on Facebook right now are retaliating a lot on other people's thoughts. I have a friend who is deleting people because she doesn't feel the same way about her coronavirus stuff. And I just feel like we all have different points of view and we can all work together to maybe figure something out. Rather than just being like, nope, you're wrong. And everyone's probably wrong, but if we all meet in the middle, we might be able to figure something out rather than just deleting people, So just something to think about. Anyways, we're going to do a chair class. We're going to focus on some shoulders, some twists, and some hips, of course, which in turn is the knees and the ankles. So we're going to do everything. All right, let's get ready. Find your seat. That's too loud. So when you come to your seat, you're sitting on the edge of the chair. We do this so that we can create that gentle pelvic tilt so that we are neutral in our foundation. Spread your toes, and you want to feel grounded in your feet as well. So feel that you can feel all corners of your foot, the mound of your big toe and your little toe and the outer and inner edge of the heel. Let the palms turn open. Try to get the shoulders over the hips, so let's just rock the chest forward and back a little bit. And then finding that the chest kind of floats over the hips. And then finding the ears, you can move the head front and back a little bit. And then trying to get the ears so that they're in line with the shoulders, in line with the hips. Collarbones are square to the front of the room. So to do this, you may need to draw your shoulder blades back a little bit, but not too much where you're tensing. As you inhale, let's close the eyes and direct your breath up the spine. And exhale, feel your shoulders soften. Feel your hips ground, feel your feet soften into the floor. Inhale, get taller through your spine, all the way up to the crown. Keeping the height, as you exhale, you allow softness down the shoulders. Again, let's inhale, feel the foundation of your feet, and feel that go all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhale, again, we're strong into the back. Let's gently open the eyes. We'll do a breathing exercise to start the practice. It's Nadi Shodhana. So we use the right hand as the mudra. The first two fingers are going to come into the root of the thumb. The right thumb blocks the right nostril. The left thumb blocks the left nostril. Or sorry, the right finger, ring finger, blocks the left nostril. Okay, so block the right nostril. Let's inhale left for 3, 2, 1. Block the left, exhale right for 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 3, 2, 1. Block right, exhale left, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block left, exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Take the hand down to the thigh. Take a slow breath in. Draw your pelvic floor up. Hold your breath for 3, 2, 1, and exhale, soften. Slow breath in. Long breath out. Control it as it comes out. Notice how the inhale easily transforms from the inhale. And like a circular pattern, the inhale just forms into an exhale. Keep watching the breath. Gently smile, opening the eyes. As we inhale, open the eyes and reach the arms up. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee as we exhale the right hand to the right side of your chair. Inhale to come back up through center, get tall, and exhale, twisting to the left. And keep moving with your breath. See if you can keep that 4-second count that we began with. We're keeping the pelvis neutral in the seat. So as you're turning through the shoulders, maintain your squareness of the hips. We'll do 2 more. And exhale to the left. Inhale, come back up through center. Interlacing the fingers, and exhale, press the palms to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, reach the palms to the front of the room and round your back. So you're pointing your tailbone to the front wall. Lift your heels. Inhale to open the chest, drop the heels, point the tailbone back, lift the chin. Exhale and round. So you're pointing the toes and you're squeezing through the chest. Inhale to come up. Chest is open, tailbone goes back, heels press down. 1 more. Exhale to round, squeeze through the lower belly. Inhale to reach up. Come to a neutral spine on the exhale. Right hand goes down to the right as we inhale, reach the left arm over. Exhale, come back up through neutral. Inhale, left arm down, right arm over. Exhale, come back up through neutral. Use your abdominal wall. Inhale over to the right, reach with the left fingers. Exhale through center as you pull with your abdominal wall. Inhale over to the left. One more on each side. So we're using power of the abdominals here to come back through center. Notice your foundation in your feet and your pelvis remains stable. This is our last one. And up. Let's take the hands to the back of the chair, to the back of your seat. So you're just sitting so that you're forward on your seat, your hands are behind you. Lean back so that you can create a straight spine and kind of like a V shape as we lift the knees. So if it's too much to have the feet off the mat, bring them down. Choose what works for you. Stay strong in your abdominal wall and your pelvic floor. So make sure that everything is strong front and back. Your chest is open and your shoulder blades are back. Let's bring the feet down and we'll just alternate. One knee lifts at a time. If you want more intensity, you can take the hands beside your knees. You can straighten through the legs. So whatever feels good to you, you can keep the one foot down as the other lifts. Squeeze through the pelvic floor. Squeeze through the lower belly. For 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come to neutral. We're still on the edge of the chair. I'm going to just turn my chair so you can see me. Get your feet forward so that you can ground into them. The chest is strong and tall. Spread the toes and inhale to lift the hips up. You come into an L shape and exhale to come back down to seated. As you come down, the chest is strong again. Inhale to lift. I want you to start creating some power in your hamstrings and thighs. Exhale to lower, and we come back up to a straight spine. Spread your toes, check where your knees are, and get them to go in the same direction that your toes and hips are. If you need to hold the position for a little longer, then do so. Take a break as you need to. Just explore the bend and the straightening of the knees. It doesn't matter how far you go. I just want you to start feeling that movement as you fold and hinge at the knees. We'll do 2 more. Notice if you start gripping with your feet. Keep spreading the toes. Make sure your foundation is strong enough to hold you. Last one. And exhale. We sit. Notice how you feel here. Now we're going to take the left heel forward and the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. Start to drag the heel up the calf or the shin. And if you want, you can start bending the left knee, taking the ankle to the top of the left thigh. So whatever feels good for you here, we're trying to open up that right hip so the left leg can straighten, but we want to have the knee out to the right. You can play around with how that feels here. If you go into a pose that doesn't feel so great, you don't have to hold it. Allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in. The chest stays open as you hinge forward. Think about bringing your belly button towards your shin. If you have the straight left leg, hold onto your chair if you're leaning forward and use the left leg as a support. Don't go too far down. What I want you to do is feel it in the hip. I don't want you to feel it in the chest. So notice if you start rounding your shoulders. Take one more breath in. And exhale, release. So the right foot comes back down next to the left. Straighten the leg. And then you switch sides. The left ankle onto the right shin. You can drag it up. Let that left knee fall to the left. You can stay here or bend the right knee and take the foot onto the thigh. I know for some of us it's not possible, and I don't want you to feel like you need to do it. This is a perfectly good position. So do something that you can hold and thank your body for being able to do what it's doing. We're talking positive words to our body. Thank your body for being able to bend. And now let's breathe here. Thank your body for being able to breathe. If you want to fold, we're folding only to intensify the posture if you need to intensify the posture. There's no need to make it more if you're already at the point where you're feeling it. So be aware of your purpose when you move. Let's take one more big breath in and lengthen through your crown no matter where you are. And exhale, release. Let's come up. Left foot down. Lift the toes, lift the heels, drop the heels, lift the toes. Do a few more. When you lift the toes, spread them and move them. Now from here, I'm just going to turn my chair so you can see me. Ground into your feet. Take your arms up. Lean forward and push up to stand. And then come back down. Your hands can reach for the chair. Make sure that you're stable to come back to sit. And let's arms up. And push into your feet, up to stand. And hands come down. Let's come back to sit. We're going to do 3 more. Arms up, ground your feet, spread your toes. Inhale, straighten up. And exhale down. Make sure that you find your seat when you come down. 2 more. Inhale up. Strong through your glutes. Activate the back of the legs. Exhale to come back down. We just got 1 more. Inhale up. Strong through the backs of the legs. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's check the feet. They should already be in right alignment, but let's check them anyway. Toes point forward. Spread the toes, lift the toes. Ground into the feet. So now find stability in your thighs. I want you to be aware of your Tadasana pose. So it's not merely just standing there. Your Tadasana, it's also called mountain pose. So it's a very strong and solid posture, but you're not rigid. So some people may have a hard time trying to establish that grounding, like they don't really know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna try to explain it here. So you're standing equally on both feet. Just from walking throughout our lives, we tend to create patterns of movement. So this particular mobility practice is to retrain the body to move in the right alignment. So that's why we move really slow and really mindfully. So check now at your feet. They're grounded. The toes in line with hips. If that's not possible, that's normal. That's okay. But be equal on both sides. So if your one foot just won't go out because the hip is whatever, just make sure that they're parallel and equal on the left and the right. And then same thing with the hips. So notice if you tilt the tailbone back or forward, maybe we stand like this. So be aware of that. And so we tilt the tailbone back and forward a few times. And then find the center so that you're equal, not too far forward, not too far back. Now for some of us, you're gonna feel it more in the abdominals. Some of us are gonna feel it more in the back. Just be aware of that. And never hold something that's painful, but it's gonna be tiring because you're gonna be using muscle that you haven't activated in a while. So then find your tall in your spine. Shoulder blades are drawn back. A lot of times we stand like this. Be aware in your Tadasana, in your mountain pose, your shoulders are over your hips. Now same thing with the ears, they're in line with the shoulders. Whatever you have to do, sometimes some of us have to draw it back. Some of us have to draw it forward, but find where you need to move your body to get into that shape. And it's not gonna get there in the first try. It's not gonna get there in the 100th time, but you're continuously working towards that. The thing is, we do our Tadasana, like 20 minutes a day, but then throughout the day, we're doing all of our other activities. So I want you to be aware when we're in our practice, in your alignment. Hopefully the brain starts to say, okay, this feels better, and it will start to feel kind of more normal to stand this way outside of your practice. So Find your Tadasana after all that, okay? Ground into your feet. The thighs are engaged slightly, so a good way to think of it is as if you were standing on a piece of paper and you're trying to pull it apart and feel that can activate your thighs. Now, not too much, but enough that you feel your body here. And then the same thing with the pelvic floor. You're just trying to kind of draw your low belly in and feel an internal strength. Arms are by your side. Shoulders are drawn back. Let's close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Feel the power of your body as you exhale. Draw the lower belly in. Take a slow breath in. Smile and exhale. Let's open the eyes. We'll come to the back of the chair. So either move the chair or just stand behind it. Walk your feet back and go as far back as you can so we get a stretch into the shoulders. Maybe you can sink your chest down. It's going to be different for all of us. We're getting a stretch into the hamstrings as well as the shoulders. So we're trying to open the shoulders. The palms are just shoulder width apart as we press the chest down towards the floor. We're opening up all through the front of the body, so take your time, and we're also opening up through the backs of the legs. So no rush here, just kind of move through the shape. Notice if you're hunching your shoulders, notice if there's a resistance somewhere, be okay with that, just kind of work in that angle. And last one will come up. Walking your feet close to your chair, and let's face the front of the room. So that now, or just face so that your left hand is close to the chair, the back of the chair. Taking your right arm up and take your right hand behind the head. Taking your right foot, spread the toes, and your left knee lifts, take your left ankle to cross your right. So notice here, spread your toes, lift your toes. And now we're going to see if we can take that left hand behind the back. If it's too much, take the left hand back to the chair, but I don't want you gripping with your toes. If this feels good, you can walk the hands closer. The right hand goes towards the neck, the left hand goes towards the shoulder blades. Stay to whatever is comfortable to you. You don't have to bring the hands higher up if it doesn't feel good. If you want a little more intensity, you can ground your right foot and take your left ankle to the outside of your right shin, only if you feel that you need to do that movement. But notice, either way, I want you to work through this posture with intention. Why are you doing it? Don't do it just because I said do it. Do it because your body is asking. What is it asking for? Take one more breath in. If you have the knee bent, straighten the legs. Left hand reaches up, taking a hold of the right elbow or forearm and side bend to the left. If this is too much, just take your left hand to the back of the chair. Take a slow breath in. And exhale the head back up to neutral. Releasing the right foot next to the left, finding our Tadasana once again. So every time we come into our Tadasana, we find that strength, that inner power, that aliveness in the body, but it's not rigid, it's not tight. We just feel the power of the energy in the body here. Deep breath in. A long exhale. And let's open the eyes. We're going to move to the other side. So be aware. I know I talk a lot about, listening to the body and stuff. It will eventually come naturally to you. So try not to be, because I remember starting, I was like, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, listen to it, like instinctive, I don't know, but you will develop that. So try to keep your mind kind of clear, is all I'm saying. And don't try to force the body into a shape that it doesn't need to go into. So let's find our Tadasana. Our right hand is on the chair. Taking the left foot to the outside of the right ankle. The left arm comes up. And the left hand behind the head. So we want to try to get some space into the shoulder. So think about pressing your head into the palm gently. If it's too much, you can have the hand on the top of the head. Spread the toes, lift the heels, lift the toes, and find equal through your feet. The right hand, if you want to test your balance, goes to the right low back. If you want, keep it on the chair. So now you start to listen to what the body needs. If this is enough for you here, then stay here. If you want more intensity, get your right foot to ground, point it forward, and start to bend through. Did we just do this side? I think we did. Take one more breath in. And exhale the right foot down. The right arm goes up, right hand to the left elbow or forearm, and we side bend to the right. Draw your left shoulder back. If you want, your right hand stays on the back of the chair. Breathe into your left side. And with the exhale, we come back up to neutral. Find your Tadasana. Allow your eyes to close. Find your breath is slow. A slow breath in. A slow breath out. And we're going to come back to the back of the chair. Facing the back of the chair. Walk yourself back the way we were. Going only as far back as comfortable for the shoulders. Also through the hamstrings. From here, the right foot's going to step forward and the left foot's going to go back. But we still want to have that long chest and shoulder here. Notice your left hip and see if you can draw it towards your chair. Let your left toe heel press down. And we're just going to stay here. That right knee can be bent a little or a lot, whatever feels best. Let's take the right arm out to a T and start to lift the right arm towards the ceiling. You're using that left hand as support. Pull your left hip forward towards your chair. Take one more breath in. And exhale, the right hand comes back down to the back of the chair. Ground into your right foot and step the left foot forward. How did that feel? Right foot goes back. It's a lot more intense than I expected it to be. So this is a triangle using the chair. Normally with yoga, we're all the way down to the floor. So using the chair, it gives you a lot more freedom to really explore the pose. So think about your right hip, draw it to the front or to the back of your chair. Your left hip draws back now. And we're opening up through the backs of the legs equally. The heels are pressing down, the toes are pointing forward. Your pelvis is still square to the back of the chair. Take your left arm out. We're looking at the left thumb as we bring it up towards the ceiling. Keep pulling your left hip back, forward. Take one more breath in. And exhale the hand down. Ground into your left foot, step it forward next to your right. We'll find our Tadasana once again. Take a slow breath in. A long breath out. We'll find our seat. Just as we began, we're sitting on the edge of the chair. Stay grounded to your feet equally. Allow your eyes to close. Take your left hand to your heart and your right palm to the back of your left hand. Take a slow breath in. A long exhale and smile. Think of something you are truly grateful for about yourself. Something that you are so thankful for. And whenever you start thinking negative thoughts or start talking negatively, remind yourself that there are so many beautiful things about you. And you can start making that the default pattern of your thoughts. Beneficial, positive thought. You have the ability to create this in your mind. You have the choice of what you focus on. So now, as we focus on this beautiful gift that we are so grateful for, breathe into that energy. Exhale. Take your palms together at your heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. How's everyone feeling? So, we did a little bit more today. Those triangles on the chair are a lot harder than I expected. So let me know how you felt about that movement. We can do more fun stuff like that, or whatever, more meditation. I find that a lot of people are asking more meditation, so we can do longer breathing techniques and stuff. Cool. All right, thanks guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate your positive energy. I am sending my positive energy out to you. So I hope that everything works. You know, the world is crazy, but everything's working out. I just want us to all work together. Try not to be angry at someone on Facebook because they think something else that you don't think. We can't all think the same, you know, then there wouldn't be us, you know. So let's all respect each other's opinions and let's try not to get upset with each other. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. And talk beautiful words to yourself. Have a great night.